Let's go.
Yes, sir.
um, yeah, man. We got a lot to talk about today, actually.
Yeah, it's jam packed. I finally wrapped up Orange so we can get through that
Yes.
one. I'm through episode 3 on Sunny Boy, and then I'm caught up on Attack on Titan.
Cool. I did not watch last night.
I squeezed it in this morning. I just, yeah, barely before the show was over. And Crunchyroll doesn't have 5 commercials like Hulu, so I could breeze through it. I don't know what's going on with Hulu. But,
Okay, yeah. I was like, what are these commercials?
like, minute and a half long.
I'm like, bruh.
I'm like, don't I pay?
Hey, I wasn't gonna say that. I
Nah,
was
bro.
like,
Hulu can't keep the lights on. I paid $13.99, and they got 3 commercials and everything. I'm like, what
oh
happened?
god.
They
Yeah.
cannot keep the lights on. That's crazy. And Sunny Boy is not on Crunchyroll either, so I was like, fuck. I gotta watch all these damn commercials.
um. Well, yeah. Let's start with Orange, I guess, so we can put that in the den.
AOT really had an episode without Aaron. I'm sorry, I couldn't believe it. He wasn't even in there. Uh, yeah, Orange is a great place to start. That oof, had me in my feelings, man. What a show! Oh my gosh, the last like 3 episodes were jam packed, bro. I was so nervous. Like
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I didn't know what was gonna happen, and then they start theorizing about the alternate timelines and just their determination to still try to help their friend out. I was like, oh man, these are some good kids.
Yeah,
Ooh-wee.
quick summary for anybody who is just tuning in and has never seen the anime Orange. Essentially, the main character receives a letter and it's like, "Hey, you need to change some things about the past. This is me from the future." Um, and spoiler alert, some other people get these letters and they're basically trying to save their friend's life. That's like the most least spoiler way to say it if you haven't been listening to us every week. But yeah, we finna get into it. So look up the synopsis because all the spoilers are coming. Um, so yeah, man. Tell me your thoughts. You said it was jam packed. Was it hard to get back into for you?
No, I think it was a simple enough concept, and then I think one thing that made it easier to watch is like they did enough explaining of the notes that were too hard to read. Like you know how they wouldn't leave the subtitles
Mm-hmm.
up very long. The
Mm-hmm.
characters did an okay job, kind of pushing you through, and the episode structure was pretty similar. Of like, hey, this thing told me what to do or not to do. I got to figure out how I feel about it. I'm gonna act accordingly or whatever. Um, I think now that I wrapped it up, I would be curious to see what would happen if, let's say, there was more outside influence. Like let's say the girl who was dating Kakeru first, the girl with the red hair, his ex.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say she gets a letter and then she's up to no good. Like, what would the show be like in that case? Like, if people outside of their group just like found out about this black hole theory and want to change their past, what kind of show would that lead to? Um, I think as far as the romance side goes, it could have been stronger between Naho and Kakeru. I think just like the way I'm set up, I kind of want people who like each other to have a reason, even though these are just high schoolers. Like, I feel like I wanted more of like they both enjoy something very specific or something cuter than them just awkwardly like, will they, won't they, but like for almost no reason.
Mm.
I just felt like them as a couple just didn't feel like it. Like I didn't care whether it was him or Sua in reality. You know what I'm saying? Like they both were just dudes. Like they were just there.
Mm.
They
Yeah.
didn't show anything. Like there's no reason any character couldn't date any of the other ones. In,
More
in their
compatible or
yeah. So I wanted to
anything.
see them be more compatible. Not that they weren't, but I was like they didn't make me love their love story. But I will say, I guess knowing what they're trying to do or knowing what's happening in the future, like I couldn't decide if I wanted Naho to be more confident, knowing that she kind of has a leg up, or like I guess the fact that she has so much pressure made it impossible to enjoy trying to get to talk to him. So I don't know. What were your thoughts on like her having knowledge of the future and still trying to like blend the path of like I like him and he should know, and I'm also trying to save his life. Like, how do you feel about those two things converging in Naho's life?
I think it's kind of like. I think it's kind of like. Think of a good analogy. Because I contemplated like how I would react. Because I was like terrible at dating in high school, like super nervous, and I'm like, if somebody said, "Hey, that girl likes you," go ask her out, I would still be like, does she? Like she told you this? Like anything short of a video of her talking about it, I'm still gonna be second guessing.
Right.
Like I was even thinking about this girlfriend I had in high school. Like I was still like nervous to like hold her hand and stuff. Like very like lame cheeseball stuff. Like so, and I was thinking about it, I was like, man, I really was like quiet, like so I guess I kind of sympathize with Naho at that in that regard. Like,
Yeah. Now Kakaru was struggling too. He couldn't even he couldn't even bring her in to hold her hand. He was struggling.
So,
But I'm also coming off of your lie in April where they like were musicians. Like they had a specific thing going on, and here they're just like, yeah, we just exist. So that's enough for me. I like you. But I mean, it'd be like that.
yeah, especially in high school.
Yeah, it's more of a proximity thing than
yeah, you're close enough to me. You're cute enough. Let's date. Yeah, I don't know, but I guess I'm still new to the romance. So I don't know how much more romance I could have taken.
Right. It had to balance a lot of things in 13 episodes. I think it did pretty well. I think like 11 through 13 could have been shorter. Like it felt like it was kind of just stretched out a bit.
I do feel like there was one unnecessary episode.
It was like 10 or 9. It felt like it was like recapping everything.
Well, I liked episode 10.
Maybe it was 9 then. One of them was just like recapping for a lot. I was like, wait, we seen this already. Like, didn't it like recap the birthday episode or something?
Something like that.
With a different perspective?
Like yeah.
Yeah. It was something like that. So what broke you? Because I know last week you like...
Man, it was the race. It was the relay. It's so cheesy. I know.
Not the race. Bro, I was getting annoyed with their little cute ass message while they was... I'm like, you don't have that much time while you pass the baton. You talking about some stay with me forever.
It was so I was like, all right. I was getting a little emotional then, but when they was waiting for him at the end, I was like, no.
Dang, the photo finish got you, huh?
It did. I was like, this is the worst thing, dude. This is so cheesy. But I think I have like literally 2 impactful moments in like high school with sports, identical to that. Well, not identical, but like the group, like I'm losing, and then I look up and like my team is like right there cheering for me, and I was like, oh no.
Oh, that's great. Dang, look at the power of these shows, man. That's crazy you could relate like that. Because there's plenty of high school sports shows that we've already been exposed to, and for this show not to really even be about sports to pull you in that's actually really respectable. I think 12 and 13 had the moments that had me just kind of just feeling it. I think their determination when they were older, like realizing that like even if we change the past, this timeline won't be affected. We'll never even know if this shit works. But they're like, we should do it for him anyway. Like that kind of got me. And then the day of, when they're trying to prevent him from killing himself, like just that shit just had me tight. I'm like, how do you live with this information? Like, and you spending this day like, I don't know, because like, if friends want to save somebody they think is like super depressed, like this smother strategy is like really sad to see, because like nobody want to be smothered at all. So they're like, Smother and Kakeru essentially, like once they all like admitted they all had letters and they all want to do the same thing, it's like y'all smothering this guy who like might not need that, and that shit makes this even more sad because we barely get Kakeru's perspective until that end, especially with how he feels about his mom and all that, and his guilt. But it's just like, hey, Kakeru, let's have fun. Hey. Like that shit is actually gotta be worse for him than any. Like they keep thinking they're doing the right thing, and it's just also like, I think that's what this show was trying to say is like, you ain't always got the answer. Like dealing with somebody that's depressed. I think they were trying to say that as well. Because from his perspective, he's probably like, "Why the fuck do they keep bothering me?" Like, I'm just really trying to, like he can't even get off his like his sarcastic jokes. Like they're just on his ass. Like without their perspective, they probably look super fucking annoying.
Yes.
But so yeah, I kind of had that thought as well. But yeah, I think the day of them trying to prevent it and the way you felt about the race, I felt more about other moments when they were just like, "Hey, bro, like, stay with us." Those kind of moments, those ones really caught me because they seemed a bit more natural than the baton passing thing. But it was it was creative. It was creative. I'll give it that.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm curious to see what other shows the creators have made because I don't know if I would watch them. Like this worked. Like it got me because I thought I was watching something else, and then I was hooked. And then I'm like, oh, they're doing something interesting. But if the romance bag is like pure romance, I don't know. But like I think as I mentioned last episode, when you think about stuff like Smart Guy and like everything that we watched in the 90s where they're like, hey, be careful on the internet, and we were on dial-up versus now where people got like 5G in their pocket. It's just like, where are those PSAs? Like, who's helping these kids?
Nope. They just
like when they were making, hey, be careful on the internet, like you couldn't even be on the phone and on the internet at the same time.
No. it was never as easy as it is now to get in danger.
Yeah, so to see something like this, on like Crunchyroll, where kids are watching, I just feel like, it's powerful and important.
I was expecting the whole cast to like look up and point at one point. I think the 90s kid in me got fucked up because like towards the end I was waiting for them to, and you have the power to like, I was waiting for it, bro. Oh man, I was really waiting for it. I don't like how casually they ended up just telling them the thing though. Oh yeah, we got letters from our selves 10 years in the future telling us you're gonna kill yourself today, and so we've been trying to prevent it. Like I was like, wait, what? That was a little too casual. Like that would be more depressing. Like, oh, I was gonna kill myself yesterday. Shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? I was like, I don't know if this is the right way to drop this bomb on this kid. You shouldn't have said anything to him.
Yeah, I don't know if I would have ever let him know.
No.
Because then it's like, well, shit. So what didn't y'all do right the first time? Oh, shit, I'm supposed to be dead then. Sound like.
Yeah, bro. That's the last piece of information he needed. And they're just, all right, let's go eat. Like, what? That's not how this goes.
Oh, man. But yeah, all my complaints, I think, I think I give it an 8 out of 10 where it usually would have been a 7. Probably because it's the first one that ever made me drop tears on them.
8 is fair.
Yeah,
there I was thinking that Sua was going to be plotting, or somebody was going to be plotting against Kakeru for real, but this wasn't that kind of show, I guess. That would have been another 10 episodes.
Adult Sua was tweaking. I'm like, I'm married with children. You just got to stay dead. I'm sorry. We got a mortgage and everything.
He said, "Nah, it was mine. Nah, it was mine, bro. Not this timeline, you don't. Not this reality."
What else we got to get to? Yeah, let's talk about Sunny Boy.
Yep, let's do it.
Um, yeah, this show's well. How old is this? Because I thought it
Not
was
very.
old.
It's like 2 years old, I think.
Yeah, I like how it feels old.
No, the art style is amazing. I love it.
Maybe it's just the tone too. Cause what
They
show did I
match
want
very
to?
well.
What? I think the difference between this and Angel Beat
Hmm.
is because I'm still like pretty sure we're gonna end up in a white room.
Yeah, it feels like that genre. The classroom
Um,
separated from the world, and yeah.
I think the thing that changes this versus a lot of other shows is there's a push forward. Like, hey, the school's sinking. Like, you
Hmm.
know what I mean? I feel like Angel Beat, they literally could have just wandered forever, like
Yeah.
on the loop. Like, um,
I might have to rewatch it. I just feel like I missed something because one of these Facebook groups that we're in, they were talking. Somebody was in there calling it a 10 out of 10 or something, Angel Beat, and I was like, I guess. So, yeah, I might have to run that one back. I must have missed some details, but yeah, these separated universe shows. I'm sure there will be some that I absolutely love, but I don't know. I just want to feel like there's a conclusion.
you sent me that video. Do you remember how I was trying to like explain it, or you said you think that's where the genre comes from?
Yeah, there was a dude explaining some weird, like, existential concept about why we exist and stuff. And it started to feel like what these Deus Ex shows are trying to say, like always highlighting the power struggle and a loop of madness and da da da. Like, yeah, it's something in there. It's an old TikTok I sent you. Might have to scroll up and find it again.
Um, but yeah, so off 3 episodes. Um, I don't really know. I don't know. I think I was really excited, and now I'm kind of like, eh.
I think because it's starting to veer off from like there's one plot line versus now that we know it's probably Deuce X, they're just trying to like say something each episode. Like episode 3 or 2 and 3 are about like if you don't basically have some equivalent exchange, all your shit gonna burn up. Like I'm like this show is as much about the bullshit of the money concept as it is how do we get out of this world, but they're never gonna get out of the world. Like they're never gonna get out. Each episode is just gonna have some kind of weird off the wall lesson. Like yeah, that kid had the power to give people penalties. Like it's all just trying to say
Yeah, I
something.
kind of was confused about that too. Like, does that come back up? Like, because I was like, shouldn't niggas be getting penalties right now? Like,
Everybody has the power to give penalties, and then but only within the confines of the school. Then yeah, it's just trying to tell us something. Because then, Buddy, at the end, it had them like gravity powers and was doing closing black holes, and they're finding portals to other worlds in the lockers and shit. Like, there's not one simple solution to whatever's going on for them. But it is nice to look at. I do like the art style.
yeah, I do. I think also I feel like maybe my Neon Genesis bias is coming in because it's something about it reminds me of that.
Maybe because the main character is so damn sad.
Yeah,
He is just so damn. I did like in the beginning when that girl refused to like take a cell phone when they were trying to establish the rules and stuff.
yeah.
She was like, "No, I'm good."
You're
They're like,
okay.
"But you have a role in society," and no, I don't. Like that's not fair. You can't just tell me I'm part of the society now. I was like, "Oh, okay, we're cooking here." But again, I think that's what every episode is gonna do. It's kind of have some social
Challenge.
commentary or challenge,
Mm-hmm.
or especially when episode 3 had kids like freezing for no reason, and they're trying to solve that mystery, and they're like, "Oh, basically, since they were excluded here, they've been frozen in time." And I was like, "All right, yeah, you guys are just trying to say something each episode." which I haven't decided that I'm mad at, but at least I'm kind of preparing myself for it.
And then I wonder too sometimes how much some of these shows like the bars and stuff just get lost because we not steeped in like Japanese culture.
That too. That too.
Cause like some of this shit, like I'm sure I haven't seen anything, but I'm sure some of it is just like not gonna hit. Like I remember we saw Dope together. Like we were laughing and nobody else in the theater were laughing. It's like this shit is for us. Like you can enjoy the movie, but the gems, the reason why this movie is a 10 out of 10 for us is because the shit was for us.
Yeah. No, that's really true. Damn. That's an excellent point. There's probably a lot of stuff that doesn't feel like it matters as much as it's supposed to. It's a cultural thing. Yeah.
What else? Yeah. I think I could. Is this one season? I'm imagining it's one season.
I didn't look ahead, but it feels like it's going to be. Because you got the Indian kid breaking down all the alternate timelines. And I was like,
Am I
oh my.
crazy or does he sound a little Jamaican or like Caribbean?
I would say he sounds a little weird. I don't know if it's Jamaican, but something about his accent seems weird.
Yeah, weird.
I'm also not used to it, even in a dub, hearing a kid with a different accent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What else? I guess we can talk a little AOT. So you said Aaron wasn't in this episode at all? Was it?
No.
Were they throwing hands?
It was mostly about like what the hell is going on behind him. Because you saw like the rumbling from last week, right? Yeah, this episode is pretty much about what's going on like behind him, like Armin and everybody trying to like figure out what the hell's going on. And they're like, wait, I thought since Aaron did this, the Titans in the walls was going to run with him too. Because the Titans inside the walls just started going crazy. No matter, just against no matter who it was. Like the regular size Titans.
Oh, got you.
But like the Colossals are still walking. But the regular size ones start just eating whoever. And so they trying to figure that shit out. That's basically this episode.
Okay.
And then some niggas is like, wait, y'all was in that little Aaron broadcast? Yeah, that shit was crazy. So they have a couple of those meme type moments. It's like, nigga, you was there? Hell yeah, that shit was crazy. People was really in the middle of doing stuff too. It was a hella funny.
Oh
said,
man.
Hello, I'm Aaron Yeager.
I'm finna fuck this shit up.
Yeah, because even on Yankapone, he was like, wait a minute, Aaron finna destroy my shit too? Like, say, yeah, nigga. Oh, man. Nah, everybody thought shit was sweet. Nah, this shit.
I don't know why I thought the Titans in the walls was a myth.
No, remember season 2, you saw the eyeball? Like the wall cracked.
It's been so long.
Remember the wall cracked a little bit and his face was in there? Like at the end of season 2 or maybe end of season 1. They're like, hold on, what's in there?
I think I vaguely remember something like that.
It was early. They saw an eyeball in the wall. Shit. Oh,
I don't know why I thought that was like dispelled for some reason. Maybe they just moved past it and then I forgot that shit. Because when they popped out the wall, I was like, what the fuck? I thought that was fake.
To think they was in there the whole fucking time, bro. Oh my god.
Because I remember Armin was tweaking about that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I like Armin this season. Armin
he's
me off.
He's holding it down, man. You gotta think. It's so hard to get out of your head and realize how terrifying that world is and just be on his ass. But yeah, no, he's come together. But yeah, this episode is the aftermath of the rumbling. Not the aftermath, but like the mental state of everybody who just heard Aaron's voice. And then like, yeah, it's literally just what's going on behind him. So I feel like next week is going to be showing just him rumbling and tumbling.
Yeah.
There is a major plot point that happens though because the rumbling happens. Like the only way the Titans got out of the wall is by Aaron undoing the crystal thing.
Mm.
And the colossal Titans aren't the only ones in a crystal right now. So they kind of talk about that. Like if they're undoing the crystal from them, then that means there's other crystals undone.
All right.
Yeah, yeah, that was the best part. They're like, if the diamonds are off of there, then that means, and then it ends. I was like, oh shit, oh man. I just don't see anybody stopping this nigga though. Like what? He turned into the dragon, and then there's just colossal titans, and they're all like 1,000 degrees. Like, how are you gonna stop them?
I really not. Oh yeah, I really liked the episode before, explaining Ymir and like her
Oh
origin
yeah,
story.
man, she had
That
the
shit was
worst
hard.
life. She had the
Yeah,
worst
it
life,
was
bro. Oh
terrible.
my god. Somebody said that the little worm thing underground is based on a Norse mythology.
Mm.
Like it's a parasite that ate from the world tree. Is what
Mm.
connected to her back underwater.
Mm.
Yeah, and I was
I
like,
like
man,
shit like
where's?
that, man.
Yeah, that shit's
I
hard.
like having some type of like lore that is rooted in and not somebody just cooking. I mean, that's cool too.
So this
But when
world
you
probably
start
takes place right after, right after Vinland Saga. After
yeah.
after Thorfinn becomes king and the world, the little parasite eats the world tree, and then Ymir gets turned into a titan. What a horrible life that she still was in servitude to the king, even after she became like the most powerful thing on the planet.
Yeah.
Like she still was living in servitude. I'm like, it's fucked up.
But it also made sense as to why people didn't fuck with the island.
Right.
Cause they gave us the story, but I just always assumed that the king was a titan or something.
No, they tied it together pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
Cause yeah, say, hey, we tired of you niggas stomping everybody out. This shit ain't cool. Oh man.
And even eating each other like that makes sense because that is some old school like.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I don't know if this is gonna work, but we finna do it. Like,
Ugh, they made her daughters eat her for breakfast to pass on the genes. Ugh. Ymir's story is horrible. And then it's like she's not really dead, so she probably watched the whole thing.
yeah,
And because she just, yeah. That shit was really sad, though, when she got stabbed. And he's like, you ain't dead. Get your ass up. I'm like, oh, my gosh, bro. Like, I see why she chose to just be in this stasis if she can't truly ever, like, stop this shit.
so yeah, like that was essentially like a suicide, though, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's kind of hard. Like,
Yeah, she's like,
but
I'd
she could
rather
have
be...
really just turned up on him.
Dude, like, she was the only one. She could have kicked him in the head. Sent that shit flying.
I mean, but that's servitude, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Not
And he said, for your reward, here's my seed. Like, what? Nah, the king the king was fucked up, man.
Oh God, we be watching some shit.
Yeah, no, this shit wild.
But yeah, man, I think next week, I feel like I think I'm gonna just save my episode from Sunday to next week to watch them both.
Yeah.
And then hopefully we get another, I say 5 episodes.
That would be cool. I think they can wrap it up. I just need an episode or two of Aaron's perspective, but like since the Historia moment, and that I just want to see where his mind was at when he started to discover more and more and more.
Because I don't even feel like we know everything that he knows.
No.
Yeah.
He must have seen hella realities, and this is the one that makes the most sense to him. All that kind of thing. So.
Also, I wonder like if he sees the next Titan or the next. Because that's one thing that I was thinking. I'm like, so like, what the fuck is he seeing right now?
Yeah, being able to see forward and
nothing,
backwards.
Then, yeah. Because really, it's only Zeke's fault. Like, it's Zeke's fault that he even got crazy.
He said, "Show me that next memory right quick." Nah, Aaron is insane.
um, but yeah, so that's pretty much all I got.
Yeah, we can call it an episode there.
Cool. Next week I do want to start incorporating phone games. I know you did that. You pulled up that article about like how overseas, I think even specifically in Africa, like they struggle with like data,
Mm-hmm.
and so they're creating like more phone based consoles and adapters and things like that. And so I don't know why, maybe because I'll be out and about, but I'll get in like these phone game frenzies.
Mm-hmm.
So like every episode or every other episode, I want to like do a little review on some of these games I've been playing.
Dude, yeah, that sounds really good. I might join you if I hear something that sound good. I know something you were playing earlier had a sequel. I forgot to ask you about it. Mushroom Wars.
Oh yeah, Mushroom Wars. Yeah, that shit was.
There's a sequel that dropped or is dropping. Mushroom Wars 2.
Okay.
I was like, why does it sound so close? I
Yeah, I
never
was
played
I
it.
was playing the shit out of
Yeah,
that.
man. Maybe I'll have to check it out myself. See what the fuss is.
All right. Well, cool. Yeah. If that's it, we'll call it an episode.
Thank y'all. Peace.